Following the NSAS protest in October 2020, the National Human Rights Commission, in collaboration with a non-governmental organization, Enough is Enough, has converged stakeholders in Abuja, the nation's capital, to closely assess the activities of the NSAS judicial panels set up in Lagos, Oyo, Anambra and Abuja with the aim of providing a generalized overview of activities in other states while examining the responsiveness of state governments to the findings. Clearview News Imifon Okon was there and now tells us more.
In early October 2020, thousands of young Nigerians took to the street in over 20 cities to protest against police brutality. In response to the protest and the incident at the Lekki toll gate, there was an immediate establishment of state-based judicial panels of inquiry across the country to receive and investigate complaints of police brutality and also to administer justice to the victims. To this end, the Executive Secretary, National Human Rights Commission, Anthony Ojukwu, said to avoid a repeat of NSAS protests in Nigeria, all state governors should set up a committee that would deal with cases of human rights violation. Similarly, the Executive Director of Enough is Enough Nigeria, Yemi Ademolekun, said to ensure justice for NSAS victims, there is need to hold state government accountable for their actions and inactions regarding law enforcement practices.
So I must commend the gallant effort of Enough is Enough as one of those steps taken by human rights defenders to make sure that things are not swept under the carpet, to make sure that the right lessons learned from the NSAS protests are not forgotten, and to make sure that just like the government promised, that the efforts of these panels are geared towards large-scale police reforms and reform of the SARS. And we are going to use this opportunity also to urge other states that have not completed their reports or that have not implemented their reports or that have not paid compensation to do so.
And another thing that we thought was important to document was, is it the same administration or different? So is it the governor that received the report, that's now the governor in power now? So as we engage and try to push based on some of the recommendations we've heard, are we dealing with the same person or someone who has inherited a report in his administration?
Analyzing the effectiveness of the NSAS judicial panels in tackling police brutality across the country, some of the panel members shared their challenges and experiences.
And I think that one of the things that has come out of this report is that the Nigerian state owes the victims an apology, and it's not an apology that is one-off, because these reports have clearly shown that citizens were subjected to all forms of human degradation, but they were also subjected to all forms of torture and abuse.
Done for those who are massacred. Lagos State wanted to bury 103 corpses recovered from NSAS. Does it mean there's no identification of those people? Their families are not contacted. They're just going to do a mass grave and everybody's moving on.
There is also the impunity gap. How do we address this? Because it is there. Impunity, as you heard, also extends to the kind of attitude panels got when police officers were summoned or requested to attend panel sittings or respond to some allegations.
At the end of the panel discussion, the following are some of the resolutions reached.
And then, of course, we're looking into the future. What are the things we should look out for? First is that we need to have policing for a democratic society. And that, for me, is very fundamental. Policing that respect rights of citizens, and then, of course, offer individuals an opportunity to also be proven guilty until the court in itself says otherwise.
We have to look at the credibility of the institution that is called police, as well as the legitimacy of that very institution.
You agree with me that the answers and the aftermath of that sad experience is one that calls for the effort of all stakeholders in the country to address.
Recall that the Special Anti-Robbery Squad has been disbanded at least 5 times, the last time being in 2020 and 4 times between 2017 and 2019, making it very obvious that there are critical issues with the police force in Nigeria. Imefonokun reporting for Clever News.